What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of FormCast, episode 14. Today, because it is so important, I'm going to talk about short form content and the best ways to prepare yourself to gather that short form content from your streams, for example, and put that out there. Nowadays, if you're not putting yourself out there on different platforms, for example, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, even Twitter, all those platforms allow you to access a different audience that what might be currently on Twitch trying to find new people to watch. And we all know that the discoverability on Twitch is not necessarily the best. Yes, you could be recommended on a few people's lists on their left side of their menu, but if they're not looking at that, they don't see you. And not a whole lot of people, I find, go through the browse sections of different categories and say, I'm going to scroll through the hundreds of layers and rows and columns of streams to find somebody that I feel fun hanging out with. And you hope that that person is you. So being on different platforms, whether it may be, like I said, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Twitter, all the other places, is really important. But it is a lot of work to get your stuff out there, short form content wise, in terms of where do you get it, how do you get it, what's the best ways to take your content and edit it properly, efficiently. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, energy, blah, 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 blah. That being said, preparation is key, and I think that's the same, goes the same for everything else in life. You got to be prepared the best way you can. Now, there are a couple ways you can do this, and I think as you continue to stream, as you continue to learn the ways that you enjoy doing things the best way for you. So, for example, if you start doing it one way, you find out that doing it a different way is a little bit more comfortable, more time efficient for you, then you start doing it that way and all that kind of stuff. But I think initially, one of the best ways is to simply clip from your stream and put it on social media. Now, yes, the resolution, quality, all that kind of stuff, taking Twitch clips from Twitch itself, saving them to your computer or mobile device and uploading it to a different platform, you're going to probably sacrifice a little bit of quality. I understand that. So a lot of people might say, well, I record through my streaming program, Streamlabs, OBS, whatever. I'm recording as I stream, and then I can go into the recording and get things out of that. Now, there has been, a new development with OBS through Harris Heller and whoever else is involved with Vertical, I believe it's called. It's kind of like an addition to OBS where while you're live, you can see your vertical TikTok format, YouTube short format screen with your camera. You can choose how it's all laid out and all that kind of stuff. And it grabs exactly what you want to grab. And then you just can hit a hotkey and it'll actually take the last 30 seconds or however you program it and actually take that and put it on your PC. You could save it and it's already clipped in that format. If you don't use that, me personally, I use Streamlabs to stream. I always have. I don't believe it's on there yet. We all know how it works. What I suggest is if you don't have a stream deck, say you're streaming on console or you're streaming on PC, you don't have a stream deck, so you can't easily have a button where you just hit the button and the last 30 seconds has been clipped. You want to make sure that you're just simply taking time down as to when something happens. You're streaming, a piece of content occurs or you've created a piece of content while live and you say, I'm going to use this for a TikTok. What's the time? 2 hours, 21 minutes. Jot that down. What this does is it allows you to go into your VOD, your saved live broadcast after you're done streaming, and quickly go to the timestamp, and then you could clip whatever you want and edit it down to the beginning and the ending of the clip. Done. If you have a clip button, well, the clip automatically gets saved to your clips on Twitch. And I always figure that if it doesn't capture exactly the beginning and ending of the clip that I wanted, because it is just press the button and hope that it's really kind of clipped exactly what you want, you just go watch full video on Twitch. It brings you to your VOD exactly where the clip was, and you could then clip exactly what you want. Now, after that, you have a clip. Yes, it's in this wide screen, I guess, whatever, full screen type format. You need to get this into your camera on top, gameplay on the bottom, or vice versa, some way or some form of format where it fills the whole screen of people's mobile devices in that vertical format that you see on TikTok. This does get pushed more instead of just widescreen with black on the top, black on the bottom, I personally think. Plus, it looks a lot better. They can see you more and they can see your game more, whatever you're doing for your content more. Now, after that, it's as simple as going to something like Streamladder or CapCut, these free programs that you just literally copy paste the URL. You can select your camera, select the game portion or the screen portion of your stream that you want to cover underneath your camera, for example. And then you just literally save it to your PC, and you could easily put that in a Google Drive. You could put that in anywhere where it's easily accessible for you when you are ready to post to your TikToks. It's very time-consuming if you want to make it time-consuming. I've recently worked with an editor where the clips get uploaded to Google Drive, and they edit them, and then we post them. Does editing ensure you to have, higher views? No, not necessarily. It's all algorithm based for the most part. Does it look better, more professional, attract more viewers, make them watch a bit longer, maybe entice them to click your page and look at your different content, maybe hit the follow button, maybe follow your Twitch, all that kind of stuff? I think it does. But it goes without saying that you have to find someone that's really good to work with, that works with your energy, your work relationship with them becomes something very comfortable for you, so you can kind of ask for certain things that you need in your own style, etc., etc. So needless to say, being prepared can be something as simple as I'm just going to jot the time down, and then I'm going to go in my clips, I'm going to do my clip myself, and then I'm going to save it, and I've got it ready, upload. You don't necessarily have to have it fully edited. One of my most viral clips, and this is also an old clip, but also more recently, have zero editing. And I've gotten them straight from Twitch. I don't record through Streamlabs. I don't put that stress on my PC, but that's my own choice. It's a personal preference where I don't record while I'm live on my computer. So I just take my clips from Twitch. And if I can hit nearly 1 million plays on a non-edited clip, then it just goes to show that it is possible. Like I said, does that show people your style or the professionality of your edits and all that kind of stuff? Not necessarily, because you literally didn't edit it. You just started and ended a clip on Twitch and uploaded it. But at the end of the day, it, like I said, doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to get the views and the exposure and the discoverability that something like TikTok offers. Now, there are multiple ways that you can take this in terms of, I spend 4 hours editing a clip, I put it up. That's fine. But what I wanted to focus on today is just preparing yourself to grab your content as quickly as possible, clip it down to the portion that you need for your short form stuff, and get it out there. One of the things most people struggle with in the streaming industry when you're smaller, even maybe when you're larger, is consistently posting to social media. People post once a day, okay, the next day, okay, the next day, then, I don't have the time, okay, I don't have any clips, and then before you know it, you're 3-4 days without posting, and the algorithms on these social platforms are ever changing, and you can't, unfortunately, take a break when you're smaller and trying to gain that exposure. Consistently posting, no matter necessarily what the content, now if it's really bad content, really bad quality, it's just, and it's boring to watch, it's human nature, ain't nobody gonna want to watch it. So you might get a few plays that it comes off their For You page or whatever like that, but no one necessarily will go and discover you more, I should say. So that being said, at the end of the day, you have to prepare yourself not only technically, so clip buttons or marker buttons or writing down the time, or for example, having someone that is a regular in your stream and have them be your clipper. I had that for a while, whereas someone would be in stream, and every time I said, can we get that a clip? that person specifically. Others might do it, because they hear me, but that person specifically would be responsible for going and clipping that portion and sending it to me in a Discord DM. So I have it ready to go, and I could put it in Streamladder, for example, put my camera on top, game on the bottom, and then save it, and it's good to post. So that's another way of doing it. Always, always, always try and do things that are more time efficient for yourself, but also stress-free. If you're editing something for 5 hours and it's not getting the results that you want, maybe you look into getting an editor who can do better jobs or different styles, or maybe knows different types of animations, et cetera, et cetera. Now, if you're not ready for that type of investment or relationship working with somebody else, then maybe just do things a little bit less, because sometimes less is more. Like I said, I've had many clips go viral, in my opinion, viral. I don't know what point it becomes viral in terms of plays, but hitting 1 million or more, or close to 1 million plays on TikTok, I think is quite viral, in my opinion. And some of those are not edited whatsoever. Now, that being said, you got to do what you got to do and what works best for you. Now, part of being prepared is also the fact that knowing you need content while you're live, you have to stream sometimes with the intention to create that content. For example, when I'm streaming Warzone solos, my main purpose for playing that game and streaming it is for the humor involved in doing solo prox chat content. For example, putting a voice effect. I've done the jigsaw sound effect for my voice. I've done other things. I've sang Disney songs, all this kind of stuff. I've done riddles, whatever. When you're streaming, you have to understand that I'm doing this in order to get short form content. But it is also entertaining for people to watch while I'm live on Twitch. So it works both ways, and best to kill 2 birds, 1 stone. Be entertaining while live, but also create that short form content. You'll see some large creators often schedule or script, I should say, a topic they want to talk about, and then they'll just simply take that 10, 15-minute portion of chatting in their stream and post it on YouTube as a long form piece of video, which gets them views, and at that point, at their size, ad revenue and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you got your clip button, all that kind of stuff. But if you're streaming just hoping content happens, oftentimes you will have no content coming out. And that's where people run into this issue of, well, I got nothing to post. What do I do? And that's when I always encourage people to, get into the trends of TikTok or YouTube Shorts, record yourself, doing whatever, trending songs, trending dances, trending things, and relate it to your stream. Whether it's gaming or music or arts or whatever, related to streaming or what you do specifically in your niche, and post it. As long as you're posting, you're doing yourself a favor. So that being said, though, when you stream with the idea of creating content, and the more you do this, the more things that you realize, oh, that's good content if they do happen spontaneously. So if you are streaming and you're not necessarily streaming for content purposes, at that point, if something happens, you've done it so much that you kind of already know, oh, that could be a TikTok. Oh, that's a really good clip. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden you hit your clip button or you mark down your time and you're good to go. So needless to say, easiest way, I think, is have a clip button if you have a stream deck. Or if you don't have a stream deck, just write down the time, clip it from Twitch, put it in Streamladder, for example, camera on top, game on the bottom, and post to your socials. When you have the time, if you want to start editing yourself, feel free to do that. It might take you a lot longer, so that means less time doing other things, but it's all about being time efficient and getting the results by simply being consistent when you're starting out. So that being said, you can also do the other way of hiring an editor. Very easy. You clip, put into a drive, they know how you want it edited because you've talked to them and all that kind of stuff. They edit it, they say it's done, you take it, you post it. Very, very simple. So technically, both ways are simple. One is more work for you. One is more work for somebody else. Investments are different for each, but be prepared to stream for content and be prepared to, after stream, take 10 minutes, grab the clips that you've already clipped, put them in that format, at least download, and boom. For example, lastly, I just want to mention, this is how I do it. I'm streaming, something happens. Even if it's over 30 seconds, I'll hit my clip button. It records the last 30 seconds. I know that I need about 1.5 minutes of that to crunch down into an edit or whatever. I'll hit my clip button. After stream, immediately what I do is I go onto my Twitch page, I go to my clips, and I go the last 24 hours. Everything I've clipped from that stream is there. So, or whatever else anybody has clipped is there. So I'll take that. If it's a perfect clip, I'll put it into Streamladder with the URL, just copy paste, go to Streamladder, open it up, and I'll put my camera on top, gameplay on the bottom, cut it down to the start and the finish that I need, do the rendering or whatever it does. Takes a minute, hit download, and I put it to my Google Drive that I can now access on my phone, and I can upload to TikTok whenever the heck I want. If you do this 2, 3, 4 clips in one stream, for example, because you're streaming for that content, you now have multiple clips to add with other things for consistent posting. Now, that's how I do it. And if I need something edited, I'll take that clip in raw format. I'll put it to the editor's Google Drive. I won't put it in Streamlabs or anything like that because they do that themselves. So I'll just literally take the clip from Twitch, put it in the Google Drive, and they do the rest. I stream at 1080p, so the quality is quite fine, to be honest. I don't need to record from my PC, but if you are someone who is using a PC for streaming and you want to record to get better quality for your clips, do that. Go ahead. But if you're on console using the Twitch app, for example, or streaming from your PS5 or whatever it is, just write down the time, go to your Twitch after, take it for whatever it is, and post it consistently. And I bet you if you do that at least once or 2 times a day on TikTok, do that for a month, and then come back to this video and you can comment and you can say, I told you so. If you're listening on Spotify, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you could go to YouTube and comment, this is what I did and look how it worked for me. Because I bet you it worked a little bit. Or a lot of it. So that's short form content. It is insanely important to get yourself out there, be exposed to as many people as you can in the best ways you can, be discovered on other platforms, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Take all your content and mass produce it on all the platforms you want because there are eyeballs everywhere in this industry. It is the internet after all. Do it with the most time efficient that you can. Do it with less stress and just be smart. Work smart, not hard, they always say. Well, I always said that because I hated working hard. So we work smart. So hopefully this helps you guys. If you are on YouTube, comment down below what you guys think about short form content and what the easiest way to take that from streams and put it on platforms is for you. Let me know. I'm always curious to how people, how you're doing your own thing. And we'll catch you next time on the next episode of FormCast. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to go to the YouTube and like and subscribe and comment and do all those things because it really means a lot. Cheers.